It took about 5 minutes for me to improve my storytelling by 100%. And I bet you can do it too. It's 6:25 in the morning. I am sitting in my green chair, just woken up, getting started for the day. I take out my phone from my pocket. I put it in front of my face so that it recognizes and unlocks the screen. It fails, naturally. I don't look as good as I do during the day in the morning. So I punch in my code, the phone unlocks, and I start scrolling through the apps looking for the one that I want to use this morning. It's the Kindle app. I find it, I click it, and it opens up on the page 253 of the book that I'm reading. The book is called Very Good Copy by Eddie Schleier. A few months before, I went on a journey of trying to build my business, setting up my courses that I wanted to sell, and building up my marketing campaign. But I really didn't know how to do any marketing. I thought I knew, but I really didn't. And in order to satisfy this need, what I really needed to do was learn everything I could about marketing. So I went on a journey looking at books, watching videos, reading books. And one of the books that I came across, it was by Eddie Schleier. It was for copywriting, about copywriting. And copywriting is used for creating ads, creating marketing copy, and creating landing pages. So this is one of those core skills that you need in order to be successful at selling online. So I picked up the book and I started reading. This morning, I open up the book and click on to the next page, and the next page is a new chapter. And the new chapter is called Writing Immersive Stories. And in this chapter, Eddie begins by telling a story about him being in the hospital with his kid. I read the story and it grabs me, it pulls me in. I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is a very good story, very short. I keep reading. He finishes the story and then he says, I'm going to tell you about this technique that I learned. But before I do, I'm going to tell you another story. So he tells me another story in a similar style to the one before. And then I'm already eager. I'm anticipating what's going to come next. What is this technique that he's using? How is he describing it? I finish the story. I get to almost the last paragraph of that chapter, and then he gives me the name for this technique. And this technique is called realism, a technique for writing stories. The technique is very simple. All you have to do in order to create realistic stories is to write in present tense, is to tell stories in present tense. So instead of saying, I walked into the room, you say, I walk into the room. Instead of saying, she gave me this book, say, she gives me this book. This realism brings you in, pulls you into the story. It makes you feel as if you were already in the story, as if you were observing the story as it unfolded live right in front of you. It creates this fast-paced movement and then keeps pulling you in forward and forward so that you find out how this story ends. So I finished reading this chapter and I think about how can I use this? How can I apply this for my own purposes? And then it hits me. I can write an email about this particular instance, about how I learned about this realism technique. And then it hits me again. You know what? It'd be very good if I described this, how I learned something new, and I put it into my LinkedIn profile that describes me, who I am as a person, me wanting to learn something new, me wanting to share that knowledge with the world. So I craft a bio, an about section for LinkedIn that tells this exact story, that tells you what I was doing, why I was doing it, and then what my end result was, which was learning something new, learning this new immersive technique for writing stories, for telling stories, the realism technique. I finish, I put it away, and that's the end. This is how I learned how to improve my storytelling, story writing skills. Now, it takes practice. It takes a lot of work. It takes going out there and actually putting yourself in front of people and telling stories in present tense. But the next time you want to tell a story and you want to make it a bit more interesting, a bit more realistic, tell it from the present tense perspective. Don't say it as if it happened to you. Tell it as if it is happening to you right now. You will improve your storytelling skills by 100%. I guarantee you. Till the next time.